A lot of studs, a lot of duds, and a lot to talk about. The rookie racers came out this weekend. A lot of people's first time on the track, and I think we were impressed by some a lot, and others just absolutely devastated by some of the performances they put out. But let's not focus on that. Let's not be negative. Who are the racers who impressed us the most?
Yeah, I think I touched on it, and the one that really stands out is Lucky. It's there was a lot of talk before. He said some alarming things that sort of showed that I was wondering about his mental state, his focus, but he came out and he performed, and he's got a lot of talent. He's got a cool setup. He's got those big glasses, and it's it was a lot of fun seeing him race. And the one thing kind of mentioned it is his attitude. He's got that personality that could make him a star. He's got he's just got a lot of spunk.
We were impressed.
And speaking of spunk, comeback kid. There's been some debate how he got the name, but
I don't want to know. We don't need to get into those text messages.
Well, Lucky was the one who brought it up.
This is a family show.
I will say he impressed. I kind of thought he was going to be the runt of the pack, but he had some solid performances.
Yeah.
There was a little controversy at the start when he wasn't. I think he got disqualified in the first race, and he blamed it on his parents or something. But I don't know. He did perform.
Yeah, I mean, don't we all wish that we could blame our parents for where we are in life? If I could basically stand there and look at Mr. and Mrs. Austin and just, say, you're the reason why I bought an apartment that's sinking. You're the reason why I've got 9 ex-wives. I'd love to do that. But, when you point your fingers, 4 at least point back at you. So I think maybe 3. I'm not sure. My thumb is usually pointing forward, and it's not necessarily a finger. But, that's the technicalities of living. But anyway, I mean, comeback kid blaming the parents. I mean, what the hell is that about? Anyway.
He's really putting the kid in comeback.
Yeah, well, he comeback Koopa, but Lucky really impressed, and I think watching him in the first event, he got you see that raw talent, and watching that clip of him coming in third, dodging shells, using his mushrooms. He's a little bit sporadic. I think as he races a little bit more, he's going to get tighter lines, tighter shortcuts, and just be a bit higher up in the pack, but I think just to have that raw talent to take advantage of a chaotic situation and jump up into third, there's a lot of talent to like there. But I think the one that impressed me most is Comeback Koopa, and it's just because of the story off the track. Aside from that ridiculous...
I mean, I thought you didn't want to get into that.
Not that story. No, not that story. The story about him having the plug almost pulled on him by the MK1 commissioner.
Oh, I mean...
And I mean, just to be in the hospital, to be... I think the commissioner doesn't want the legal issues hitting the league, doesn't want to be in the headlines, and instead gets, just once again, another blunder by MK1's commissioner to be sneaking in there, probably tippy toe, and he's about to pull the plug, and Comeback's bone arm grabs him by the wrist. And this is me editorializing. I don't want to be sued by MK1, but this is my imagination. His bony hand grabs him by the wrist, and he says, "Not today, commissioner. Not today." Now he's racing on the track. It's exciting for me.
It is Comeback Koopa. He's a whiner. He's always blaming someone else. Got the MK1 commissioner. He's blaming his parents.
I mean, I blame Morton as well for the construction of the track that he almost died on.
Man, it's just like...
Who designs a track that falls apart?
This is that Gen X kind of attitude.
Gen X.
That's...
Gen Z.
Yeah, I mean, this is always Gen
Scott,
Z,
you're
whatever.
Gen X.
It's just, I don't know. I think this guy, he's got to look himself in the mirror. That's my advice.
Yeah, and when people give me that advice, I say thank you. I will do that, and I take my shirt off and I look at myself in the mirror. So
moving to the MK1 side of things, what about Tanis? What were your first? I mean, MK1 is two rookies, but as we discussed,
one of them wasn't
one
no
of them
show.
Missed his flight, but I think with Tanis, SB is obviously very close to her, kind of like her
mentor, really.
She's his protege kind of thing. And I think when you're associated with SB, people kind of, expect great things. And did we see that in the opening weekend?
I think it's just a lesson to any racer that, they put up a great time. Tanis put up a great time trial. We can see that she's got the talent to do it. But when you get out on that track and you have the nerves, you got all the fans cheering and you got shells flying left, right, and center. It's just a different world out there, and it takes time to adjust to. So I really think that Tanis is going to be, not necessarily a Champion League racer this season, but I think they're going to be starting to cause a lot of trouble as the season goes along, as they get their feet underneath them. And I see really, really good things, especially. I think we're going to look back on the last maybe 6 to 8 races, and we're going to see what's going to be coming the season after. So I really like what Tanis is doing, but I understand it's a big adjustment when you actually get out on that track.